Right here, just a few days ago, I had some pesky trespassers who had a little party on my farm at 2:26 in the morning. They threw out their beer can, hung out here for 1 hour and 26 minutes, drove around the farm, went and looked inside the barn, and then left. I reported it to the authorities, but that behavior stops right here, right now. I'm Mike Miller. This is Mission Farmstead, the farmstead of many missions. And on today's mission, we are going to install the Ghost Control solar security system down at the gates so that we can keep out those pesky, unwanted trespassers on this farm. So if you want to learn how to install your very own security system on your farm, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how I did it. Let's have a look here at the instructions and see what we need to do first. Okay, quick start. Alright, it says we want to make the operation closest to the center of the gate as possible, so that works out for me. We're looking for a pre-assembled post-pivot bracket. Let's look for that. Definitely not this. It's the solar panel. Not sure what that is at the moment. There's some brackets, but these aren't it. It's a pretty heavy duty control arm. Yeah, definitely going to be cutting across the driveway. And it looks like this one goes up the other side. It just has a very long cable. Nuts and bolts. More nuts and bolts. Wiring. There's the control panel. Put that up there. Okay. Through that box, let's see what's in these. Here's the brackets. Recycle that cardboard for later. Go ahead and open this other box. Bet this is the other set of brackets. That way. See what's in this box. Oh, these are remote controls. See if this other one's a remote control. Yep. Two remote controls. I'll throw those up there in the corner. Got this bracket. We need these two and some of these. washer. Go to step 3. Okay, step 3. Align the center of the post bracket over the established center. Line and clamp the bracket to the hinge post. Step 4. Adjust the post bracket and pivot bracket as needed to achieve a minimum of 4-inch clearance between the hole and the pivot bracket and the inside of the gate in the desired open position. Add the second bracket, pivot bracket bolt, and tighten both. Mark the bolt holes and drill a 7/16 drill bit. Install the mounting bolts and tighten. Okay, well, I gotta go back to the shop because I didn't bring a bracket, or not a bracket, but a clamp or a drill bit. So let's go do that now. Hey, thanks for riding along. Okay, well, I decided to go ahead and bring back the recycling, so let's just go ahead and get rid of that now. You know, sometimes it's hard to do things with one arm. I have to look, I can't remember what I even came back here for. Oh, a clamp and a 7/16 inch bit. Let's get the clamps. This is good. I got these clamps a while back and haven't even had a chance to use them. You probably know how it is. You buy tools to use on the farm just because one day, like today, you may need them. And it could be several years before you actually use them. You know what? I'm just gonna bring the whole speed board drill set, because you never know what I might need when I get back up there. All right, here we go. I got a couple new toys. We're gonna drive by them and see if you can guess what they are. That's for a later episode. You'll just have to wait. Did you hear about the raindrop that died? It'll be missed. That's the dad joke of the day. That's as good as it gets. Hey, look what I found. Just growing here on the farm. Some plantains. I'll tell you what. When we get some cows here and they start grazing, they're gonna love this. Got some clover, white clover down in there. This is gonna be great. It probably makes sense for me to go ahead and shut these gates. Look what I just did. I locked myself out. You're probably wondering if I've ever closed a gate before. I have. It's just this toxic work environment of always being watched makes me a little nervous. The other day when I didn't feel like having anybody watch me, I came out here and I took each one of these posts and I put a level on it just to make sure it's perfectly level. Same way with over there, and right here. Just to make sure we were perfectly level. So I think now it's time to get back to going ahead and clamping down that fastener. Let's do that now. Well, the directions say you want to put the first bracket in the middle. Well, based on what I'm looking at, the fence guy made a pretty good level fence. So what we're going to do is we're just going to eye this. All right, so let's say about right here. That's going to be about level. What do you know? Brought the wrong stinking clamps. I gotta go back and get clamps. The much longer ones. I think for sake of time, I'm just gonna leave you here and I'll be right back. All right, where'd we leave off? Somewhere right here in the middle. Yeah, this is gonna not work as well as I wanted it to. Let's see if I can try a different way here. Before I go drilling, just want to make sure that's level, and it's not. Figured it'd pull a little bit. I think what I might do, instead of going through all this headache, I'm gonna get my drill bit out and just mark it the old-fashioned way. Well, the old-fashioned way for me is just to use this tip as a pencil mark. Call it a day. Double check. Okay, that should work. Yeah, this speed bore bit, it's not going to be long enough. Thinking about running down to the hardware store and just getting lag bolts and putting lag bolts in it. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Let's just go ahead and drill our holes and see what happens. You're probably wondering why I'm using an impact, this kind of wall drill. Well, I don't have my other drill with me because I had a honey-do list project. This should work. All right, got those 4 holes drilled. Have a look, see what you think. I do think I'm just going to go ahead and run up to the hardware store, just get some 7/16 inch lag bolts and just use those instead of these bolts that go all the way through and I have to tie it down. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to do. Probably best if I go ahead and just pack up, take everything back up to the shop. I thought this might only take about an hour, but like anything else here on the farm at Mission Farmstead, is usually turns into a several-hour project. Sometimes it's doubling and tripling the amount of time that I think it's going to take. Story of my life. Well, we'll catch you here in a few minutes. I said I'll see you in a few minutes. It is that time of the day, lunchtime. So let's go see what's good for lunch. I thawed some lean beef out, so I think we might be having some burgers, tacos, some leftovers. Who knows? We'll find out. Well, until I get my own pasture-raised cows, Laura's lean beef is going to have to do. 96% lean, 4% fat. I think it's good stuff. I love this Ezekiel bread. That's good stuff too to make burgers, so heck yeah. That's what's for lunch. I love this view. Where the farm's located, there's not many fast food restaurants around. I kind of like that. Time I go to have Whole Foods deliver, I usually like to stock up on beef and chicken until we have our own. So I think we'll have some lettuce and some tomatoes and some cucumbers on my burgers. Some of you have asked, where do I get all the tools and stuff that I use here on the farm? Well, if you go to missionfarmstead.com, go to Mike's Toolbox, you can see all the stuff I use here on the farm. Now, you can read about it, learn about it, see what I use it for. But you just check out on Amazon. Most of you probably have an Amazon account. So if you click on it and follow the link, we will earn a tiny commission. So if you want to use what I use, there you go. Just go to missionfarmstead.com and search for Mike's Toolbox right there in the navigation bar. And you can see what I use and get your own to use on your farm. Yeah, I think I'll just cut a couple slices here. Use these instead of pickles. Pickles come from cucumbers anyways, so why not just use a cucumber? Bread's already done. We're getting this ready. Tell you what, I hear the meat sizzling. If you haven't ever had a farm fresh tomato, I tell you what, go to your local farmer and buy a tomato out of the garden. It tastes totally different than what's at the store. We're going to be building a pad here soon to be able to put a greenhouse. So depending on when you see this video, the greenhouse may have already been constructed, or it may have not. But anyways, I plan on trying to shoot for self-sufficiency here on the farm. And then when we turn this space into a farm school for the homeschool kids, they can just go out back, get a tomato, cucumber out of the greenhouse, come in here, get pasture beef or chicken out of the refrigerator, and then come right over here and make it just like I am right now. It's going to be a pretty cool place. I got to talking to you so much that I forgot to check my burgers. They're just a little on the burnt side, but it's okay. I'll still eat it. Well, the burger looks pretty tasty to me, as the Vikings in Norway would say. Skål. I'm going to eat alone, and we'll see you here in a few minutes. Well, lunch was good. It's time to head to the hardware store. Let's go do that right now. Oh, I love this old truck. It's fun to drive around. All right, we made it back. Let's go see if we can fix this. Get this all fixed up. I get to use a new tool. Not to show you what I purchased, and I just haven't got to use it yet. It's gonna be great. Gotta get the battery for it. What do you think it is? I can tell you what it is. It's a DeWalt Impact. I haven't got to use it yet. I'll tell you what, looking forward to using it right now. Just checking my batteries. I think this is the coolest thing about DeWalt's batteries. You can tell how much juice they got left. I did get washers, but the way the setup is I'm not going to use washers because this is going to work just fine. Tell you what, we're just gonna go ahead and put it on 3. I'm gonna back it off a little bit. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're on step 6, and it says install the rear of the operator using the clevis pin, bushing, and hair clip as shown. Okay, so they want to put the pin in, then the control, then the hair, the bushing, and the hair clip. Okay, let's do that now. Determine the mounting location for the control box, making sure the arm power cable will reach. Drill 4 holes in the back side of the control box with a 7/32 drill bit. Mount the screws provided or appropriate fasteners to control box. Alright, so they want to put the control box. I'll put that right there on that post. Well, here's the control box and the screws that came with it. What I'm thinking about doing, instead of putting it here where they recommend, I think I'm just going to hide it behind the no trespassing sign. Put it maybe, let's see, probably not right there. Maybe I just need to scoot this over just a smidge if I can. See if I can move these zip ties. They're pretty tight. If not, I might just have to get new ones. Let's see if that control box will fit here now. Oh yeah. What I was trying to do is just make sure I can get it past that. So didn't have to move it much, but to make sure I had plenty of room. Yeah, that'll look good. Look real good. Let's put this. It's a great location. We're gonna do this top one first. Alright, I got my pilot holes made. So let's go set that. Alright, then we'll set it just a little bit lower here. What I'm trying to do is I just want to make sure that I got enough gap up here so that if you look from the opposite of the front of the fence, you don't see it. The control box. Okay, step number 8. We just finished here. Step number 8. Insert the battery harness through the strand relief. Attach to the control box. Then attach the other end to the batteries, and a battery box or marine battery. Note, for smart solar systems, please use a deep cycle marine battery for your system. I just got these off of Ghost Controls. So let's go and do that now. We have a battery box. This is what we have here. We want to go ahead and attach this. Looks like we want to run this up. Okay, I can do that. Let's go. And these two will attach to the batteries when we're ready, and we also have the screws. Put that through there, and we want to run these up through here. Go ahead and put our, oops, made a mistake. Gonna take this back off. This on, put the nut on, run the wires to the nut, and run it through this thing. Okay, go ahead and tighten that up. It's pretty nice, weather resistant, like that. Hand tighten that down. Run this up through here, and then put the nut on this side, and we'll go ahead and tighten that down as well. Okay, so far so good. Now, based on the instructions, get that out of the way, we want these two to wire up. Really like this system so far because it is it's been really user friendly, and I like that. For somebody who's new to this kind of system, they can do it DIY, which I like even more. I think I'm gonna make that just a little snug, the whole back there, while I work on this. Hey, what I'm doing here is I went ahead and just drilled some pilots and got these ready for us. Right there. more screw areas down here, so let's go ahead and get those. To move you out of the way. This one's going in a little crooked. I don't think I'm going to take my chance and pretty much strip that one out. Might have to get a couple more screws. I stripped 2 screws. I would have to go back to the shop and get a couple more. It's something we can do. So I think I'll go through that here in a moment and just checking out my work. Speaking of strip screws, have you ever wondered why a stripped screw, that's a tongue tie, say that fast. Have you ever wondered why a strip screw has never won an argument? It's because they got no point. They just keep going around and around in circles. Dad joke for you. Well, to save some time, what I did is I just got some screws that I'd removed from some metal siding that has these hex heads on them, and they just go in so much easier, and you know, they're waterproof and have that little rubber seal around them already. So yeah, it looks good. All right, so I think the next step, let's work on installing the batteries. All right, so I just got a couple batteries here, and I like this because they just sit up in there like that. They look really nice. Put the positive, ground. That one's done. Let's do the next one. Sure, I got this here. Did I get you? Yeah, just all I'm doing is just putting all these wires in here and get ready to close this up. Looks good, I'll show you. I'm sure you want to see. It's a really nice setup. We're going to work on this first control arm. I haven't attached it to the gate yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to take the hard wiring, we're going to wire it up here to the box. One thing you want to do, according to the instructions, is make sure that the switch is off, and it is. So I just don't want to get shocked. Not today. working on the first operator here. They do provide you with this cool little screwdriver. Alright, so that's red, so we want to go ahead and wire up red. Okay. Next up, black. Okay, all right, then we got, let's see what we got next. Green. And then white. Okay. Gonna make that snug. Perfect. Looks great. Something I wanted to show early on is that I went ahead and started tightening these up, these two bolts, but they're supposed to be 4 to 4.5 inches between the gate opening. So based on what you see here, the gate is fully open now. I'll come back over here and measure that. So between here and here, according to the directions, it needs to be 4 to 4.5 inches, and fully open I'm at 4 1/4. So I'm about ready to control the first control arm just to see how the system works. But as I was going through the directions, I noticed that I had put the bushing in the wrong spot. So as you're following along, I think it's important just to note. So it's this one right here. And then in the earlier clip, I had this white bushing underneath here. Not for sure while I was doing it. Did it that way, but there you go. I want to fix that. So we got the system all wired up and power ready. So let's just, underneath here is the button on and off switch. Let's just turn it on and see what happens. Oh. Okay, so according to the directions, battery condition light is on, which says that the batteries have enough to work the system. The green light, power status is working. And then the status, according to the directions here on the buttons, it will only come on when we're actually moving the arm. So here's the different jogs we could use. Hey, let's jog it and see what happens. So that was close. And that was open. Yeah, so according to the instructions, what we're gonna do next is go ahead and attach the gate bracket on here like so. This time I'm gonna make sure I get that bushing sets underneath here. Bushing, cushing. To me, it's the same thing. Right. Now we want to go ahead and attach the gate. The gate is fully opened. Get this set up. Gonna go find my other nut to put on there. Just want to make sure that this is all level. And clamp it down. I have to get a deep socket. The nut and the bolt are both 1/2 inch. So I was hoping that the shallow socket would work, but it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to get a deep socket. Got the wrong one. I got a 15. I'm going to have to get a 13. Probably a little too much power, but I want to get some use out of it. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see if it works. It works. Now I'm going to set it. I'm going to close it and I'm going to set the close. Or the correction. I'm not setting the close, I'm setting the open. right, it works. Now let's try with the remote. Hey! Very good. That's awesome. It works just as way as I saw in the reviews online and just in instructions. It works great. I'm really excited about it. Only thing I got to remember is I have a little bit of slope here, and this little bit of grass is causing it to want to slow it down just a little bit. As long as I keep that trimmed up, it's not going to be an issue. It's all through here. I had to shovel out a little bit there because there was the dirt. You can see the elevation difference. It's about 3 inches. Right through here, 2 or 3 inches I had to cut out here. But we'll grass this up real nice and whatnot, and oh, good. But so far, I'm really, really happy with it. All right, let's go ahead and get this solar panel installed. Now, according to the directions, we want to be due south. That's an easy fix with a iPhone or an Android. You can get a compass and just set it up, and super easy. I'm gonna get the nuts. All right, so the directions say that we want to be due south, and I have to determine where do I want this. I think it's better to go here on one of these posts because of these long lags. They would go right through this fence board. It just wouldn't look good. Come out the other side. I don't want that. Plus I got to thinking if we ever had anything come in here that needed some kind of truck and it had some hangover, like a wide load, I put it over here on this entry pole, it might hit it and break it. But if I put it here on this second one, I'm gonna have much better luck. I'm gonna get these brackets holding on to the solar panel. Then I'm gonna find due south. I'm gonna mark my first one here with this lag. Get a clean shot in. Get it started. Really get some use out of this impact drill today. Okay, got it started. Right, according to my iPhone, due south is right here. We're perfect. It's been the story of my day to back this out a little bit. All right, so this is due south. Let's go ahead and put our last bracket on and wire it up. Only thing I got left to do now is I got to turn it off, run the wires, and we're done. So just need to turn this off. We're going to get inside of this control panel. So what I did is I just took this wire, wrapped it around the pole a few times, came through here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put tacks or staples along this, electrician staples. And then I just came over here, ran up there, solar, went to solar connection, negative, positive, put that in there. Well, I was able to get the control panel set up. I got the solar panel up, charging the batteries. I was able to get one of the control arms up. Next up, what I need to do is I need to run 20 feet of conduit underneath the driveway, and I need to dig that out to bury the wire to go from a single gate opener to a dual gate opener. Well, it's a new day, and I left off yesterday getting the first single control arm installed. Now today, I'm gonna get the dual control arm installed and then dig the trench across the driveway so they both swing open. Let's go. Well, I ran to the hardware store and picked up some conduit. I got a few pieces here, just to maybe have a little extra hanging around the farm. I think I'm only going to need 2 or 3 pieces. So what I got is I got 1/2 inch conduit. I'm just going to run it underneath the driveway right now. Hey, what happened? You fell down. Well, I'm glad I got more than 2 pieces because my driveway is 20 feet long. Or not 20 feet long, but 20 feet wide. And over there, got about 2 feet hangover to go up to the ghost control. And then I'm gonna have about 2 feet over here. So I'm glad I did get a little extra. So when you do yours, make sure just get a couple extra pieces or an extra piece, just so you don't have to run back to the hardware store. It's supposed to be super hot today. I'm glad I'm getting out here early morning while it's a little cooler. Right now, I'd say it's around 70, 72, but it's supposed to get up to 90 here in just a few hours. So gotta knock this out before then, before it just gets too unbearable. What I'm doing first is I'm going to rake out my rock, pull the rock back, and then I'm going to dig a trench with the shovel. Well, I added additional rock when I bought the place. This driveway, I don't know how many years it's been here. I'd say a very, very long time, maybe even older than you and I. As I'm trying to get a shovel down in it, it's pretty hard. So a lot of compaction. I might not be able to get through it with a hand tool. So we'll just have to see. I might have to come back and rent a trencher to get it trenched out. I'll do as much as I can with the shovel. I'm pretty sure I can get into the dirt. If not, I'll just have to bury the conduit under rock right now until I can get a trencher. To install the second control arm. What I'm going to do is just do what I did previously. I'm going to take my bracket, I'm going to mark it up, drill the holes, put the lags in it. So now that I have the gate open and I have the control arm on, bolted down, before I put this bolt here or here, I want to make sure the gap between the gate and this pin is 4 inches. Okay, so I'm at 4 1/4, just like I was on the other side. I'll show you. We are good to go ahead and tighten everything down now. Now it's time just to install the bracket. Like before, make sure you put this white washer under here. Well, earlier I tried to film and it started raining, and now I'm back out here trying to film to show you what I'm working on and it's starting to rain again. I guess it's just not meant to be for me to work on this fence project today, or this gate project today. What I'm trying to accomplish, so you can see, is I've had the gate working a few days. I love it. But one thing that I keep running into is an issue for me. As you can see, the slide marks right there, they're down here. And so this is sliding back and forth. I'm just going to give it a little bit of pressure and show you. See how it's sliding? The issue with that is I can't get these bolts and nuts tight enough. And so what I'm planning on doing is drilling through here, coming out on the other side, so that it's locked in place on this gate. That way the gate's constantly closed, because what I've been running into, the gate will stop about right here, it'll stop right there, it'll stop way out here in the driveway. So this is just a problem that I'm trying to solve, and well, you can see the actuator's not even moving, but these are moving. We'll eventually get to it, so I'll have to come back here in a few minutes after it stops raining. Let's head back to the shop. Well, we're back at the shop, but I think I'm just going to hang out here for 20 minutes or so and just see if this rain passes us, and I'll work on some other things until then. We'll see you shortly. According to the radar, we might get more spotty showers throughout the day, but it's sunny right now and the skies are clear. Here in Ohio, it might even snow in the next hour or two, who knows. But we're gonna try to get this gate done and brought all the tools, so let's get started and try to knock this out before it rains again. That was easy. Okay, we punched through those top ones. All right, punch through the bottom here. Now these holes, they are 5/16. So I got 5/16 inch bolts that are 4 inches long. I wasn't for sure how long I'd actually need. What I'll do, I'll just grind the rest off of it later. give it a little tap with the hammer. Okay, came through well. Put my flat washers on. Put my nut on there too. And then get this one started as well. Well, if it stays like this, we'll be able to get the other side done. This has only taken me less than 5 minutes to get this far. Hopefully we don't have another pop-up shower all of a sudden. Okay, let's try it out, shall we? What I went ahead and did is I got to the other gate and I went and installed its bolts and nuts on this side. You can see where it was sliding through here, back and forth. And you can look, if you look closely, you may be able to see where I tried to tighten it down here and here, and it just wasn't getting it tight enough. So I think this option right here is going to work out quite well for us. The gate is fully open. The other side of the gate is fully open. So the only thing left to do now is try it and use our remote. I like how that side of the gate starts to close first. There's a short delay on this side. And look, they don't touch. Perfect. See here, the gates are about 1 inch apart. I use the jog settings right through here for gates 1 and 2 in order to set those properly. Here's a tip, and it took me a while to figure it out. So if you're going to close the gate, but then you're closing the gate here, but you need to open a little bit. Well, if you hit the open button and then hit set, it's setting the open, not the close. So what I had to do, and it took me a minute to figure it out, and you're probably a little smarter than me, so I hit the jog open a little bit further than I needed it, then I hit the jog close, and then I got where I needed it, and then I hit set. Now let's open it back up to see how it works. Notice that the gate, they don't touch as they're opening. Here's the true test where they open fully. It works for me. It's fully open. Let's go check out the other side. That works for me. So now the gates are fully there. The only thing left to do is to run the conduit and set the passcode. At the bottom of this box, there's a couple screws. So I went ahead and took those out, and then it just slides out. It's ran off by a couple C batteries. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. They do supply a screwdriver that goes Phillips, the flathead. It's really nice. Well, while you were away, I got my passcode all set up and the gate's working just fine. Well folks, it's starting to rain again here. I got the system all set up. I got the keypad working. I have the remote control working, and I laid the conduit already, but I'm not gonna have time to get that done today. What I'll need is probably some heavy equipment. That driveway is probably older than me and you put together, and so we'll have to get a trench and then in order to bury the conduit. For right now, what I did is I just put gravel over it, called it a day for now. You know, I have no affiliation with Ghost Controls as of this recording, and I just read the reviews and I had a problem with pesky trespassers, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. The reviews were great. I've had a great experience with this so far too. You see the system, remote control. Over here to my left is the solar panel. I'm just extremely happy with it. But that's a wrap for this video, and we'll see you on the next one.